always. So glad you're here. I love going live in the vertical mode of YouTube because I know it shows up in the shorts feed. And I know I connect with a lot of people who aren't already subscribed, which is the goal today. That's why I'm going live. I'd like to pick up a couple more subscribers. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, listen, that's the theme of the stream, is connect with more people. Why not? I like going live in the vertical mode of YouTube. It shows up in the shorts feed, and YouTube right now is really pushing the shorts. And so I get a lot more views that way, and I can add more people to my community of progress. And there's no greater joy than having a positive impact on somebody else. And the more that you can expand your area of influence, expand and express to more people, greater and greater joy. And why not? Rejoice in the Lord always, everybody. Rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. The hardest part I have about that, Philippians 4:4, it says, it's about nothing, but in every situation, by and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Be anxious about nothing. That is a challenge, and that's one of the reasons why I employ, when I can, all the strategies and self-improvement, personal development, tactics, strategies, and way of thinking that I do. So let me know where you are in the world. I probably won't be able to answer. I'm driving, but I'm driving very safely while I talk to you. All right, everybody, I don't know where you are in the world, but I'm live. This is no green screen. There is no AI background. It's actually me driving in upstate New York. I'm here in my hometown, the village of Caledonia, New York, everybody. And I'm glad to be here with my mom, who's 90. And I was able to take my mom, who's 90, to visit her sister, my aunt, who's 94. Unfortunately, she's in a home. She's got onset dementia. It's pretty advanced. And so I took mom down there. Now, my mom, who's been recovering from fractures in her pelvis, is post 3 months now. She's been back on the treadmill walking, back exercising. And then when we got back from the nursing home visiting her sister, man, she could not wait to go on a walk. She goes, "We got to get back there and walk. I'm never going into a home. I cannot be there. I can't be around that." I mean, she got motivated by seeing my aunt in a nursing home in the memory care section. She got really, really motivated, which which is great. Instead of getting depressed, "Hi, how are you? I'm glad you're here. If you haven't already subscribed, you're in the right place." Listen, it's all things crazy motivated, crazy inspired, self-improvement, personal growth. I got to tell you, I go all in. Everything I do, and that includes when I'm creating videos, I'm going all in. So, hey, join the channel. It's always going to be great content. I'm going to do my best, always invested in trying to do better every day in every way than I was yesterday. And if that resonates with you, thanks for the love. Thanks for the hearts. Back at you. I wish I could hug and kiss you. I'm actually back on my game today. Yesterday, I was a little bit knocked off my socks by my soon-to-be ex. I'm going through an unwanted divorce. Nothing I can do about it at this point. I've tried all my best to do it. And so, right, we have to employ the philosophy of the great Stoics, right? Focus on what you can control, not what you can't control. And so I've got to remain focused on what's my next right step. So I'm back 100% today. But you know what? I still created a live video yesterday because, you know what, I felt like I was going to be on, and I was. As soon as I turned the camera on, I got focused on creating a good, powerful message, walking the cemetery in my hometown. Hey, stay on board here. I'm going to come to a stop sign. I want to recognize you and acknowledge your great presence here on the channel. I appreciate you. It's kind of hot today, 80 degrees here in Rochester, New York. I'm in the great United States of America. And now I'm actually going to visit a buddy of mine who's in the hospital, who took a bad fall. going to go see him, and he's doing much better, but he's still locked up in the hospital. And then I'm going to meet with another friend of mine who's actually another guy going through an unwanted divorce. So we're going to commiserate over dinner together. We're going to fellowship together. Hi, how are you, my friend? All right. I'm in the Honda CRV. How are ya? Hey, Pops. Hey, I love it. Pops. Hey, I love it. They call me Pops. I sometimes forget how old I am. I'll tell you why. Because my energy, my enthusiasm, my physical fitness is of that of somebody 31. Yes, I'm 68 years young for sure. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Am I going to find love again? I think I will, because I'm always going to be putting love out there. And you know what? Whatever you put out in the universe is going to be coming back at you. We get a reflection of what we're putting out there. So I'm always going to be putting love out there in the world, always. So to find love is going to be nothing. What the hell am I worried about? Be anxious about nothing, right? Hey, can you believe these back roads? Sometimes I forget what kind of rural area I grew up in. You know, I ended up out in the big city of Los Angeles working as an LA County deputy sheriff. For over 30 years, I was a deputy sheriff in Los Angeles, living in LA, Pasadena, Northridge, Diamond Bar, California, in the big city, right? After growing up here in the cornfields of upstate New York, my hometown was 3,000 people. My class had 100 people in it. That is humble beginnings, my friends. Humble, humble beginnings, and that's okay. I'm glad I had that. I'm glad I had that perspective. I'm glad I was a deputy sheriff here on these back roads. Right? For 5 years, I patrolled these backwoods roads. Very lonely nights, midnight to 8. And then I ended up in Los Angeles. I went from 20 deputy sheriffs in my department to over 10,000. What a wake-up call. Gang shootings and fights and riding the Sunset Strip of Hollywood. Becoming an active stand-up comedian by night. Still a cop by day. Being highlighted on a local Channel 9 news channel in Hollywood. Right? Being known as LA's comedy cop. Pretty exciting stuff. And now I've been retired for over 13 years. I'm into writing, podcasting, and I think I'm going to start my own coaching business. I am a certified primal health coach, but I haven't focused on it. You know, I'm all about, first of all, coaching myself, getting better every day in every way than I was yesterday, and also spreading that message. I like making videos. I like editing videos. I like uploading the videos and creating MP3 files to put them on my podcast audio files. You know, I like doing those things. It's a labor of love. Sometimes it takes hour after hour, but I don't mind. And my channel is still tiny. What that means is I still have the opportunity to answer every single question and comment. Hey, leave me a question, a comment. I love it. I will respond. I am not too big, and I'm never too big as a person in person to hug the next person that I end up meeting. You know, I learned recently, because my mom and dad, soon to be ex-wife, would tell me, oh, Cliff, you have a photographic memory, which is not really true, but I do have a good memory. But then I was reading that we all have perfect memories. We just have weak memories. And then I started doing some shit that I learned years ago, but I haven't been doing it lately. And so now when I leave a restaurant or I leave the gym and I meet people, as soon as I get in the car, I write down their name and a few things we talked about. And then when I go in the gym again, sometimes I'll see people and I think, oh, I talked to him a month ago, but I don't remember any details or his name. And I'll look him up. Oh, Tony, he's from Virginia. Oh, his son's a cop right now in New Jersey. And then I see him, hey, Tony, hope your son's being safe. And of course, these people are like, how did you remember my name? I'm sorry, I don't remember yours. And my memory has been getting so much better. I'm remembering names so much better now, even the times that I don't write them down. Because I plan on writing them down, right? When I go into a restaurant, I meet some people and I say, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? I know that I'm going to write my notes out in the car. So I take a mental note deeper than normal. And sometimes I forget to write it down when I get to the car. And then I still, later on, I go, shit, I remembered Tony, who looked like the guy from the gym, but he was the one who served us. in the Cracker Barrel. I remember, and then I write it down. And so my memory's actually been getting better and better. My awareness is getting better and better. When we went to visit my aunt in the nursing home, I'd only gone down one corridor once. And then my mom says, oh, let's go back to Aunt EJ's room. And she started to go in the wrong way. And I go, no, it's this way. And I remembered how to get there. And I thought, wow, you know what? My awareness has really, it's gone up a level. Even at age 68, you can raise your awareness skills. You know how? By practicing it. Practice. All right, everybody. Hey, how are you, my friend? Yeah, who's out there? Who's in the gym today? I've actually taken the last 2 days off. So I took Friday, Saturday off from working out. And it almost bothers me. It's like, oh, wait, I can't be. Oh, my God, if I take more than 2 days off. But, you know, I have to remember, you know, your body grows on the rest days. You feed it the protein that it needs to rebuild muscle and repair tissue, and it rebuilds to get ready for the next workout session. And so, but after I take 2 days off, I think to myself, hey, wait a minute. It doesn't feel right. I should be training today. So I've got to get it okay in my head. Hey, it's okay to take 2-3 days off. Because I drove Mom back on just yesterday morning, and had a beautiful fish fry with her last night. And today we visited my aunt, 94 years young. And hey, I don't know where you are in the world, but hey, let me know where you are. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You are in the right place. I am building up my community of progress, one person at a time, one quality person at a time. And you know what the next person is? That's you. Because you're a quality person. You're the most important person in the world, and you should be to yourself. Make sure that you are the most important person in the world. And what I try to do to have better conversations, to have a deeper connection with people, I try to remember that. I try to communicate, and I try to talk to people as if they are the most important person in the world to me. And when you do that, the other person you're talking to or listening to, they feel that. They feel that you're really present with them. Now, sometimes it can feel like a waste of time because you think, I'm never going to see this person again. You know, we're passing in the night, right? I'm just stopping in at this store that I might never come to again. But you can't look at it that way. You have to look at it like, wow, this is the most important person in the world, and I get to talk with them right now today. And when you do that, every interaction is going to take on deeper meaning. It's actually going to be special, especially to the person you're talking to and or listening to. Man, so great to connect with you today. I'm glad I actually went live today with you on the drive. It's a beautiful day here in upstate New York in the United States, everybody. I'm in a kind of a rural area near Rochester, New York. And it's just good to be here. Good to be here. Oh, I can't go that way. I got to go on a detour. Sorry, everybody. I'm on a detour. And so, here we go. I didn't plan on it. So my train of thought was broken for a second. I'm going to get right back on track. And that's one thing that we do in life all the time. Something can it can bump us off track. Remember, you can get right back on track. Don't ever let that knock you down. Life happens to us, right? You're in a good role, you got good rhythm, you got good momentum. Oh man, I've been working out steady for 3 months and then I twisted my ankle. That's all right. You can probably do some other kind of exercises. You can work your upper body. Hey, what can you do to keep going, to keep exercising, to keep keeping yourself strong? You know what? And when the ankle heals, you're right back on it. You know that life happens to you. That's why you plan ahead for it. It's never all or nothing, everybody. It's like when you're on, forget dieting. You have a lifestyle. You want to be on a lifestyle of eating nutrient-dense foods, staying away from sugars and chemically altered oils, plenty of exercise, sunlight, sleep. But you know damn well, sometimes you're going to go to a wedding. You can't think to yourself, oh no, I had a piece of cake. I'm off track now. I fell off the wagon. No. Having a piece of wedding cake is not bad. But just keep this in mind. Just because you started that piece of cake, because the first bite's a 10, second bite's a 9. You know what? You can actually stop after 3 bites, and you haven't done any damage. Your body is made to be able to handle the ups and downs. It's having chronic sugar in your system that's bad. So never have an all or nothing. That's hard to sustain. I will never have pizza again. Don't set those boundaries. Just say, you don't normally eat pizza. And then when it's time, you're in the right setting. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have a piece or two of pizza. See, you can have a piece or two of pizza. You're going to be so used to not having it that you won't want any more than 2 pieces. And then you go about your day. Because you haven't set such red lines that you feel like you got bumped off your course in life. We're constantly off course. Every day in every way, we're constantly off course. It's like sailing a sailboat. You set a destination. You're always adjusting the sails. You can't be in a dead-on destination. The way the wind blows, you got to constantly be tacking back and forth as you go towards your final port of entry. And the same is, with life. We're constantly off base. So we constantly adjust and get back on track. Don't let that throw you off. All right, I'm glad you're here, everybody. Just like I had to make a video today, but I had to go visit my friend in the hospital. And then I got to visit my friend for dinner. But I had to make a video. And so here I am. I got it done. I turned the camera on. I didn't need to do a lot of research. I've been studying personal growth and self-improvement for over 40 years. And I want you to subscribe to the channel because I go to great effort to try to create content that has a lot of value to it. And I do the best I can. It's not going to be frivolous, fluffy stuff that doesn't apply to your life. No, it's going to be real life stuff that I've probably tried or read about or otherwise experienced that I want you maybe to try it or look into it and see what it does for you and let me know. Give me some feedback. It's all about connecting, it's about a two-way street. When I'm interested in developing a relationship, it's both ways, not just my way or the other person's way, right? A conversation is back and forth. It's 2 ways. So I'm glad you're here, everybody. I always try to have an attitude of gratitude, even though we're going through some tough times. I was watching the actor Steve Guttenberg. You remember Steve Guttenberg was in that movie, not Police Story. What was it? Police Academy. That's right, the comedy Police Academy. And he recently got divorced. He had to pay big bucks. And I don't know if this is my... Oh, no, that's not my way. This guy just pulled in front of me. After a while, you can get to where you laugh when someone pulls in front of you. You don't even get upset about it. And that's what you got to do. I don't know where I know I'm going in the opposite direction that I should be going in. So once I get to this light, I'm going to turn around or make a change. You know what? That's another thing in life. Set a destination, then you're going to get a feeling. You know what? I think I'm going in the wrong direction. I know something's wrong here. Well, I think I see my eastbound trek, so I'm going to take the detour up here. But always pay attention when you're on the road to your final destination or your next port. Matter of fact, don't ever have a final destination. Have your next destination. It's like having goals. All right, I achieved my goal. That's it. No, it's never it. Celebrate for a day and then get on to the next peak. It's like climbing a mountain. It's great. Celebrate. And then pick your next peak. But doesn't it ever end? No, it never ends. It's a never-ending cycle of setting new peaks. All right, I am going to, here we go. I found it, everybody. I found my way. I couldn't keep my GPS on it. I didn't want to listen to it and then have it interfere with the video that I wanted to connect with you on. Who knows? You never know. You have to think to yourself, the next person I meet could be my next best friend. It could be my lifetime best friend. And that's the way I look at people. This is not a stranger. This could be my next best friend. This person could be my next. This lady I'm speaking to could be my next last wife. That's the way you got to look. Can you imagine how you're going to come off to people, what kind of vibration you're going to have when you're interacting with them and your thought pattern is, this could be my next last wife. You're going to have a smile on your face. You're going to be joyful. And I'll tell you what, they're going to receive it that way too, because they're going to sense that vibration about you. You know, our thoughts create vibrations, and then we attract other things, people, circumstances who are on those vibrations. That's why if you're a positive vibration person, somebody comes into the room with a negative, toxic attitude, you're automatically repelled by it. You want to get away from it. And that's why, because we're not only transmitters, we are receivers of energy, right? Oh man, I'm so glad you're here. High five. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I'm glad you're here today. I happen to be in upstate New York visiting my friend who's in the hospital. And I'm going to be 30 minutes late now because of the stupid detour. So that is crazy. I'm glad you're here, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. You know what? It's all about how we think. And if you don't know already, we have something available to us called neuroplasticity. That means we can start changing the way we think. We can change the neural pathways in our brain. And there's a lot of examples of that if you don't believe it. Some people say, that's just the way I am. I can't change. Well, people can't. They don't want to be changed by other people, but they can change. And sometimes you can see real life examples of it. My dad did it. I have a friend who's done it. They've had strokes. And they lose a part of their brain that connects with the other part that may be writing or reading or language. But those parts of the brain are still working, but sometimes it's just the bridge that's out. And then with time and practice, your brain finds another bridge. And then all of a sudden, there's a newer connection. The old path is grown over. We can't take it anymore. And your brain makes a newer path. And then all of a sudden, it gets better and better and better. Now, we don't have to have a stroke to employ that philosophy and that knowledge of neuroplasticity, that we can change our brain. Keep that in mind. All right, everybody, I'm glad you connected with me today. You are awesome. I'm glad you're part of the Cliff Yates family right now. And I mean, you are part of the damn family. I don't know if you're going to be able to handle it, but I am crazy motivated, crazy inspired, even at age 68. Now, will I be that way tomorrow? I don't know. Tomorrow is not promised. But right now, right today, I am present with you. And I'm telling you, I'm all in. I'm all in. I have been all in. And I have momentum going forward. I have full faith that tomorrow I'll be all in again. So I hope you're here. All right, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.